everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving into one of my favorite distilleries and a surprise three-peat release. It's Knob Creek 18 Batch 3, baby. Now yes, this bottle is Batch 1, the OG from 2 years ago. In 2022, this was released. They did a Batch 2 in 2023. I'll link it above. Go watch my review of it then. We're going to spoil it right now. I thought Batch 1 was better than Batch 2. I thought Batch 2 was good, but it was very oaky, but it lost a little complexity with the additional oak that Batch 1 had. And it's 18 years old. It's got the oak, right? So now here in 2024, no press release that I saw. And I'm a man that's up on the news. Didn't see a press release. Surprised that they're doing Batch 3. Beam's got that much old stuff laying around. They felt like sharing more of it with you. So, special shout out to Ian Clone. Thank you, sir. He sent us a sample in the beautiful amber bottle with the blue painter's tape. Gotta have that laying around the house for bourbon painting or household projects. So thank you, Ian. He sent me a sample of it here. It is, as you would expect, says KC003 instead of KC001. Pricing is $170 at least in PA. That's the MSRP in PA. Still 100 proof. Compute 50% alcohol by volume. But let's dive in. How is it? That's what you want to know. What's funny is it's still cheaper than old Granddad 16. And go watch that video, I'll link it above. That was a rare miss from Beam, I think, on the pricing. Here they are giving you Knob Creek 18 for cheaper MSRP wise than they are the old GD 16. Alright, Batch 3 on the nose. Oh man, is that good. Lot of sweet oak. That dank musty oak from Knob Creek. It's got a little bit of orange on there. It's got brown sugar. Little bit of nuttiness, that Knob Creek profile to a T. The orange wants to come out here, but it's not the star of the show. Wow. Nutty, oaky, a little bit of orangey, chocolatey, brown sugary. What's not to love? Down the hatch. Oh my God, is that good. Oh man. A wall of sweet oak, caramel, brown sugar, chocolate, and oranges, baby. It's all there. Feels a little hotter than 100, it's got a good bit of spice to it. Look, don't buy this if you don't like oak. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. I'll say it again. Do not buy this if you don't like oak. If you're a man that just loves his soft wheaters, younger, you like your younger Buffalo Trace products, this maybe ain't your speed, okay? But if you're a man, woman of legal drinking age who loves a good, well-aged bourbon, this is for you. Man, I love it. I love it. Now, Bourbon Bill's rating A+. I think it's an absolute buy. It's still under $10 a year. It's not barrel proof though. We like to use that moniker for barrel proof, so that kind of sucks. But I think if you want the best in the Knob Creek line that's currently available, those specific words out of my mouth right there, you can do no wrong here. If you like Knob Creek 12, but you wish it had more oak and like an orange oak sickle, this is for you. So pick one up. Absolutely, I think it's a good one this year. All right, now, how does it compare to Batch 1? I don't have any more Batch 2 left, sorry. But how does it compare to Batch 1, the OG? Oh, man. Similar, but there's a little bit orange creamsicle thing going on here, like a vanilla that I did not get on Batch 3. With all the oak and the chocolate and the caramel and the brown sugar, all the same flavors are there, but there's a vanilla and a little bit orangier nose on Batch 1. Down the hatch on Batch 1. Oh, oh. Mmm. Batch 1 is a monster. Oh, this is close, but... Okay. Batch 1's got more orange, more caramel. It's got the oak, but the oak's not actually as heavy. It comes on in the finish. But what I'm going to say here is that Batch 1 feels like a more entertaining and complex rye. Okay, we got beautiful transitions in flavor, perfect complements from the sweet orange to the caramel to the brown sugar to the chocolate to the orange again and then the oak. Batch 1's quite the journey. Batch 3 has those flavors, not the vanilla, but it has those flavors. Doesn't feel as rich on the orange and dials up the oak, I think. Back to Batch 3? Oh, I don't know. Batch 3 leans heavier into the chocolate oak orange and not the vanilla orange oak from Batch 1. Very minute differences, though. Oh, I gotta call them a draw. So unlike last year where I definitively picked Batch 1 over Batch 2, Batch 3 to me equals Batch 1. The journey's maybe not as complex overall, but the flavors it does deliver are phenomenal. And they're splitting hairs. So if you like Batch 1, you didn't really feel like paying for Batch 2 because you still had some of Batch 1 left, but now your Batch 1's running low, like mine is here. Maybe Batch 3 is the one to go get. Maybe Batch 3 is the one to go get. Look, I thought this was a one and done because Batch 1 was their 30th anniversary. Okay, we're now 32nd anniversary. 2 years past that. They'll probably do something special in like 3 more years, right, for 35. But this was the 30th anniversary. Pretty cool. I'd say pick up the Knob Creek 18 if you want a high age 100 proof Knob Creek. Okay, this is certainly better than Elijah Craig 18. And at least in PA, less money. PA charges like $200 hairs for Elijah Craig 18, although I know some states charge like $150, $160. So depending on where you are, it could be the same. But Elijah Craig 18 is less proof, and it's not as complex, not as good as Knob Creek 18. So there you go. Now, we will address the elephant in the room after I've said all those nice things about it. If you only have that $170 hairs, you got $170 hair bill in your hand, is Knob Creek 18 the one to buy? Well, it's better than old Granddad 16 and cheaper. So okay, Bourbon Bill, it's looking good. But then comes along this son of a bitch. Hardins Creek Jacob's Well 211 month at 109 proof. Compute 54.5% alcohol by volume. And you might go, well, Bourbon Bill, it's 9 proof points higher, okay? 6 months younger. That's right, 211, I'll do the math for you, 17 and a half years. MSRP on this bad boy, though, $165. So Beam has priced it according to the age correctly. It's like they forgot how to do that with old Granddad 16. A better looking bottle, though. As much as I'm a big Knob Creek fan, the bottle on these Hardins Creeks are better. Oh. Now look, I have several things featuring this bottle. Please go watch them. The moral of the story, though, is that this is BTAC level Beam. Okay, so we're going to say that right off the bat. BTAC level Beam. This plays with George T. Stagg. This plays with King of Kentucky. Anything you think is phenomenal, this plays in that realm. Knob Creek 18, while excellent, while I still think it's a decent value, doesn't quite elevate itself to that super special level. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Jacob's Well, 211 month or batch 2 of Jacob's Well, depending how you want to refer to it, is a blend of their low rye and their high rye, which means it's likely their regular mash bill with Old Granddad 17.5 here mixed in. All right, let's give it a nosing. Oh my God. Does that smell good? Walls of sweet oak, caramel, berries, baby, frosting. Oh God, does that smell phenomenal. It's an elevation over the Knob Creek 18 nose. How I can describe it as Knob Creek 18 smells like a dank old oak and orange on the nose. That's it. Dank old oak and orange, okay? Mainly. This is like layers of delicate cake flavors. The most pungent, delicious cake you could smell of caramel, well-seasoned sweet oak, and the most delicious like raspberry cheesecake you could ever imagine. All right, down the hatch. Okay. A plus 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 plus. We said it before. This is the one you should buy. It blows Knob Creek 18 out of the water. As good as that is, I love Knob Creek 18. Don't get me wrong. But this is special bean. I can't. It's hard to put into words how good it is. I've done full reviews on it. There's berries, there's caramel, there's oak, there's toffee, there's leather, there's tobacco, there's everything in this pour. There's even chocolate. I mean, there's just... Jacob's Well Batch 2 is complex and deep and rich, baby. And the problem is it crushes Knob Creek 18 for like $5 hairs less. What can we say other than that's the beam to get? Although Knob Creek 18 Batch 3 is, I think, better than 2. Not comparing them directly, but comparing how we felt it was similar to 1 and 1 beat 2. So I think it's superior to last year's. I think it's on par with Batch 1. I thought Batch 1 was superior to Old Granddad 16. And I think this one is superior to Old Granddad 16. So thank you again, Ian, for the sample of this. It's a great one, buddy. I'm glad you got it. If you haven't tried Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well 211, do yourself a favor, Ian, and find one. I'd pay more than I would for the Knob Creek 18 by a lot. I mean, whatever you want to pay for BTAC, whatever you're comfortable with, that's what you pay for Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well 211, even though MSRP is $165. So if you like what you saw tonight, please like, comment, and subscribe, and consider joining our Patreon. Look, we don't do barrel picks here, but my Patreon does have access to almost every release from Sagamore Spirit Rye. And really, that's a win in itself, because nobody's putting out better ryes these days than Sagamore Spirits. Shameless plug. Have a good evening, everybody.